The Tomcats will be receiving, so I would presume the Tomcats won the flip of the coin and deferred to the second half. No, the Tomcats going to be kicking off. Charlie Johnson runs out there with his kicking tee. So Ashland will be kicking off and moving from left to right on your dial. Henry Clay will be receiving. So I would think that Henry Clay won the flip and decided to defer. They may have won it and decided to take the football and see if they can move it against this Tomcat defense, who's giving up this year for the Tomcats defensively. They don't give up much. 13.4 points per game. Tomcats in maroon tonight with silver pants, white headgears. The Blue Devils of Henry Clay in their dark blue jerseys with gold pants. It'll be Parker and Townsend deep. The two little speedster halfbacks are deep for Henry Clay, standing at their 10-yard line. Johnson's got to go ahead, and he approaches the football. And we're underway here at Putnam Stadium, high and deep. And Townsend takes it at his 4, gives it to Parker on the reverse. He set it up the far sideline across the 10-15. Troxler drives him down from behind about the 18-19-yard line. This Troxler kid's really come along.
He sure has, and he made a big tackle because he looked like the young man was going to get to the wall there. It could have been some trouble for Ashland.
First and 10, Henry Clay will start. Let's call it their own 19-yard line. Chris Miller will be your quarterback. Townsend and Parker, the halfbacks. Nunnally is the fullback. They run the wishbone. The ends are Shrout and Kennedy. You also see Blair and Obadiah Owens in the backfield. Wide out to the near side. They do have a split end now as Kennedy, as Miller hands under. They got another split end to the right side. Wishbone is tight. Miller is looking to throw the football. He's going to give straight up the gut across the 20. Good fake inside. Might have gone to Nunley. No, it's not going to be Nunley. It's going to be Parker carrying the football for the Blue Devils across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. A gain of 2, second down and 8.
Dickie, both teams will probably be like looking into a mirror offensively. We'll run out the wishbone. Both teams, of course, Ashland will run the ball with option, especially in the last 4 or 5 games, much more, I think, than Henry Clay. But they'll be running the ball, tackle, and little counters up inside.
Shrout and Kennedy are the wideouts. They're the ends. They're normally tight, but they've split them out tonight. Wishbone is tight. Here's Miller trying to get it outside to Townsend. Turns it upfield. He's across the 20. Cuts back across the 22. Up to the 24, 25-yard line. Nice run by Townsend. He was going against the grain, if you will, and picked up pretty good yardage. Didn't have much blocking as it collapsed and picked up about 4.
Sure did, Dickie. He cut it back against the grain, and if he'd have made that one more missed tackle, he would have gone for the race.
Yes, sir. He's got some speed. Third down for Henry Clay and about 4 at their 25-yard line. Play just underway here at Putnam Stadium. Miller brings out his troops. He's got Shrout to the right side, Kennedy to the left. Wishbone is tight as Miller brings him out. Nunnally, Parker, and Townsend in the backfield. 3rd and 4. Here's Miller on the option, turns it upfield and didn't get much. Maybe a yard to the 26, and that's it.
Charlie Johnson was in on the tackle, and couldn't tell. So another
Hackworth, maybe. It'll be a punting situation for Henry Clay. 4th and about 3 at their 26-yard line. They've got to go to the 29. Their punter I was watching in pregame was outstanding. Scott Hopkins, a 5'10 senior. He was really getting a foot into it. And as I say that, they put in another punter in Brian Hanks. Well, they told me Hopkins, but Hanks is going to be the punter for Henry Clay. It's a good snap, a terrible boot. End over end, a wounded duck hits at the 50, takes a Henry Clay roll down to the Tomcat 46-yard line, maybe 47, and that's where it'll end. And the Tomcats should have great field position, and they will. Let's see where they spot the football. They're going to spot it back up near the 49-yard line. So the Tomcats will start 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. No score. Tomcats with their hands on the football for the first time tonight. Hale will be the center. Suman and Hackworth the guards. McCray, Mann, and Bentina the tackles. Lamaster the tight end. The split end is Kuntz wide to the left side. The backfield has Brown, the senior quarterback. Johnson at fullback. Thomas and Hunter the halfbacks, and here we go. 1st and 10, they're spotted at midfield. Brown going to give it to Thomas off the right side. He's got a couple of 3 down to the Henry Clay 48-yard line. Thomas last year, what a great game is for the Tomcats. Went into the record book as the 2nd best rushing game ever.
229 yards, wasn't it?
Well,
223.
226 on 33 carries. And that time he picked up 2. 2nd down and 8 at the Henry Clay 48. LeMaster tight right. Wheeler goes wide left, the wide side. Here's Brown going to give it to Johnson up the gut. He's got inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. Goes Charlie Johnson, the hard-running fullback. Tomcats have a chance for all three running backs to hit 1,000 yards. No one in Tomcat football history has it ever been done. It's a gain of 4. We'll call it 3rd down and 4. Ashland has it at the Henry Clay 44. Wishbone is tight. Wide out left side is Wheeler. Here's Todd, the tight end, going to give straight up the middle. Hutt, he didn't get a thing. They rack him up on the line of scrimmage, no yard. Good hit by Morgan and Shrout. As Hutt got nothing, it's 4th down for Ashland. Henry Clay has come to play. They're a good football team. Their record is deceiving. They're 2-3. They played some good competition.
Dickie, punting situation. You think it's going to be a fake punt or...
Punt. Tomcats, Juan Thomas is in to punt. Averaging 32.3 per boot. Last week, he didn't punt. It was a bad snap on the one he tried, and he had to eat it. Double safety, Townsend and Parker standing at their 10. It's a good snap. Thomas gets it high spiral. Will hit inside the 15. Be picked up by Townsend at the 10, and he's driven back to about the 5.
Looks like you're going to spot it about the 10-yard line, just short of the 10.
35-yarder there by Thomas, and Henry Clay will start deep in their own territory, just shy of the 10-yard line. No score. Both teams have had one series, and neither team picked up a first down. The Blue Devils will start 1st and 10. We'll call it at their 10-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Miller brings them out. He's got Kennedy and Parker in the wideouts position to the left side. Wishbone is broken. Shrout is tight on the right. Now in motion goes Parker to the far side as Miller hands under. He looks back for the snap. It's snapped. He's going to pitch it back to Townsend. There he goes around the right side. Trying to cut it up outside. He's across the 10-yard line. Run down and out at about the 11 by Hackworth. Good job by Hackworth to run down Townsend. And he only picks up about 2. Second down and 8 for Henry Clay. Football just across the 10-yard line at the 11. Full moon shining over Putnam Stadium. They call that the harvest moon, do they not?
I guess so. It sure is beautiful, isn't it?
It is nice. Shrout goes wide right. Kennedy to the left. Wishbone is tight, and Henry Clay jumped the gun. That'll cost him 5. Illegal procedure against the Blue Devils. David, are you around? Mark it back to about the 6-yard line. It'll be second down and about 13, 14 yards to go. 6:20 left to go in the first quarter. There's no score. Kennedy comes wide left. To the right side goes Shrout. Now time called. We've got, now we're ready. All right. They wind up that clock, and here's Miller. Hands under with the wishbone tight. Nunley, Parker, and Townsend in the wishbone behind Miller. Long count the line of scrimmage. He's going to look to throw the football. Humps once, coming out of there on the run, and he's going to have to eat it up at about the original line of scrimmage at about the 6-yard line. Didn't get a thing.
Oh, and I'm not sure. I don't know if that was a kind of like a quarterback draw or if that was the receivers were coming down. It looked like they, just kind of quit.
No gain on the play. Third down for Henry Clay. They're 0 of 1 in third down conversions tonight. They have it at their own 6-yard line. 5.5 to go in the quarter. No score. Kennedy comes wide left. To the right side goes Shrout. Miller, Scott Nunley is the fullback. Townsend and Parker are the halfbacks of the wishbone. There's the give to the big fullback Nunley, and he's across the 10 to about the 11. And that'll be about it.
Ashland will come out of this in super field position.
Well, Ashland had good field position last time and couldn't do a thing. Punting will be Hopkins again, I presume. Nope, they're going to put in that guy originally. I thought Hopkins. Last time it was Hanks. This time it's Hopkins who was booming them in pregame, and boy, he got that one off. A nice one. Kuntz has to fair catch at the Henry Clay 45. A nice boot, high spiral that travels 35 yards. But again, the Tomcats have great field position. Ashland will start first and 10 at the Henry Clay 45-yard line. Last time, the Tomcats managed to gain 6 yards and punt the football. So David Brown will have his troops assembled at the Henry Clay 45 with 4:47 to go in the quarter. Time called as they stop the clock on the change of possessions. Johnson, the fullback. Hutton Thomas are the halfbacks. Lemaster tight right. Coots wide left. Here's the give up the middle to Johnson. No. Maybe a yard. Johnson got maybe a yard.
Looks to me like that's the line of scrimmage.
Got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second down and 10. Johnson 2 carries now for 4 yards. Hutt 1 for 0. Thomas 1 for 2. Tomcats going to have to open it up a little bit. Looks like the Henry Clay meat in their coach causing us a problem.
Yeah,
right now.
they're pretty good size. They're not as big as we are, but they're pretty good size. Of course, I think they'll actually open up here. They'll run an option here. Throw the ball a couple times.
Second and 10. The counter to Hutt, and Hutt gets a couple of 3 maybe down near the 42-yard line. Not a lot of running room there for him. Bring up a third down situation. Ashland 0-1 in third down conversion tries tonight. It'll bring up a third down and about 7 as Hutt picks up 3. The Tomcats have a total of 9 yards rushing. Henry Clay has 12. We haven't seen any offense yet. And these two teams last year, or over the last 2 years, have scored 155 points. Last year, Ashland won 41-37.
Defense this
there you go. Wishbone is tight. Marsh is tight right. Wide left is Wheeler. Third and 7. Here's Brown. He's looking to throw the football under pressure. Down he goes. Fumbles it. No, they're going to call it an incomplete pass. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. I'm not real sure that's a good call.
I'm not either.
That looked like a fumble to me, sports fans. I think Ashland got a big break there. And Jake Bell is furious. And I don't blame him. I think he got a bad call. Incomplete pass for the Tomcats. It's 4th down and a punting situation. Thomas, who punted for 35 yards last time, will try it again. 4th and 7 at the Henry Clay 43. 3:30 left to go. In the first quarter, 0-0. Townsend and Parker. Those are the type of guys who can break this game wide open in this type of battle that we're seeing right now. Thomas high, but not very deep. Fair catch by Parker. He's not going to let it. He'll let it hit. Big hop for Henry Clay up to the 23 after it hit at about the 15-yard line. So it wasn't much of a punt. About 20 yards by Thomas. So Henry Clay is not, they're backed up, but not in a hole. The Blue Devils have their best field position of the night, believe it or not, at their own 23.
Well, Dickie, as we talked about, maybe they are going to play some defense. Over the last couple of years, if that many points have been scored, there hasn't been a whole lot of defense play.
That's true. Miller brings him out. Wishbone is broken. He's got Parker and Kennedy wide to the left, Schraub tight right. Nunnally and Townsend in their backfield. Here's Miller going to give it to Nunnally, the fullback, and he got back from the line of scrimmage. Might have fallen forward for a yard. 2:50 left to go in the first quarter. A quick ball game because neither offense has done a thing. We have yet to pick up a first down.
Herb Skaggs in on the tackle.
No first downs for either team yet. And time called. We've got an equipment problem with Henry Clay's number 57. Tyler Strode, a 5'9 junior, has got at 67. Trevor Thomas, a 6-foot senior, 205, has got a headgear problem. He'll be replaced. Coming in, number 74, Jared Downing. It'll be 2nd and 9, we'll call it, for Henry Clay at their own 23-yard line. They started at their 22. Football at the far hash mark. Kennedy and Parker will come wide left. Wishbone is broken. He's got Nunnally and Townsend in the Wishbone behind him. As Miller, 2nd and 9, rolls right, flag on the play, wide open Shroud. He's got it 40, 45, midfield, fumbles the football. Brown falls on it back at his 39-yard line. Hold the phone, let's see what the flag is all about. The pass was completed, and it was a good call. Good call by Jake Bell and his staff. No, it's Henry Clay football. I'm sorry, the top end did not fall on
it. Knocked it out of bounds. He didn't have control.
But there is a flag on the play. They're going to bring it back. A nice pass play from Miller to Shroud, who was wide open, headed down the far sideline, fumbled it about midfield. Brown fell on it, but when he did, it scooted out of bounds. And you can't do that, and they're going to bring the play back, illegal procedure. So, our biggest play of the night is nullified on the penalty. The line of scrimmage, the 23-yard line. They're going to mark off 5, back to the 18, illegal procedure. Henry Clay penalized twice for 10 yards. It's still second down and about 14 for the Blue Devils with 2:13 left to go in the first quarter. One score to pass along. Covington Holmes leads Boyd County 14-0 in the first quarter. They started at 7:30 tonight. Wide to the near side comes Parker and Kennedy. Shrout tight right. I'd look for that same play, do you not? Wishbone is broken. Here it comes. Miller. Now he's going to throw to Townsend out of the backfield, and he can't hang on. It was the same play, but instead of going downfield to Shrout, he went out of the backfield to Townsend. He couldn't hang on.
And Dickey, he should have just looked over at Townsend, then turned back around and threw to the young man because he looked like he was breaking open again.
I agree. Third down for Henry Clay. They're 0 of 2 in third down conversions. Neither team has picked up a first down. 1:50 to go in the first quarter. It is 3rd and 14 for Henry Clay at their 18. Shrout goes wide right along with Parker. Townsend and Nunnally are in the backfield behind Miller in the wishbone broken. Now Parker in motion to the near sideline. Miller still barking him out the line of scrimmage. He's going to flip it out to Townsend. Fumble in the backfield. He's got a fall on it at about his 13-yard line. Yeah, I don't think it was that bad a pitch, do you?
No.
Didn't look like it. And Townsend has to fall on it back at the 13-yard line. That's a loss of about 5 more.
I'm not sure of what type of hands that Townsend has. The pass they threw to him a second ago hit him right in the hands, and he dropped that, and he dropped that. It looked like it's a good pitch.
Yeah. In the punt is Hopkins. He booted it for 35 the last time. His second punt of the night. Ashland coming hard. Can't get a line drive that will hit and bounce and take a big Henry Clay roll inside the 50 and down to the Ashland 48-yard line. About a 40-yarder there by Hopkins. And the Tomcats, who have had great field position all night, they started at the 50. They started at the Henry Clay 45. Now they start at their own 48 and haven't done a thing.
You know, they've had tremendous field position, so the third
Can't
down.
blame that. Can't blame field position for this. 1st and 10 for Ashland. They start at their 48-yard line. Mitchell Kuntz goes wide left. Wishbone is tight. Johnson, Thomas, and Hunt. Ashland has gained 9 yards on the ground. That's it. No first downs. We're inside a minute. Here's the give to Johnson up the middle, 50, and down to the Henry Clay 46-yard line. Tomcats' biggest gainer of the night, Charlie Johnson, rumbles for about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Seconds to go in the quarter as Kuntz comes out, and in with the play is Wheeler. The master tight on the left side. Wheeler comes wide right, short side the field. 2nd and 4. Here's Brown on the option, going to flip it out to Thomas. Here he goes, 35-40. Inside the 30, inside the 20. They try and get him from behind, and they finally nail him at about the 11-yard line, maybe the 12. Great run by Warren Thomas on the option. A good flip by David Brown, and off he went. And we've got our first down of the ball game for either team as Thomas rambles for good yardage from about the Henry Clay 47, and they'll spot the football at about the 12, a gain of 35.
Dickie, I knew that you're not going to give a football team like Ashland the ball with field position like that and not get some results.
10 seconds to go in the quarter. Wishbone is tight. Wide to the left side goes Wheeler. Here is Brown. Going to give up the middle to Johnson. And Hunt gets inside the 10 to about the 8. And that'll be the last play of the first quarter. At the end of 1, Henry Clay nothing, Ashland nothing. This is Tomcat football on WCMI.
Addington, a name you can trust, a name you can count on. Addington employs over 700 Kentuckians in their family of companies. Described in Fortune magazine as one of the nation's fastest growing companies, Addington is one corporate citizen that Kentuckians can count on.
We're very fortunate indeed to have such a civic-minded firm as Addington Resources based in our area. The city of Grayson is especially grateful to Addington Resources and its officers for their generosity after the disastrous fire that destroyed Pritchard Elementary School in March of 1988. We're also grateful and thankful for their very valuable help in our industrial development efforts here in Grayson.
That's C.W. Stevens, Executive Secretary of the Grayson Chamber of Commerce. He knows that when it comes to you and your environment, that Addington is making the future better today. Addington, with its model, environmentally secure sanitary landfills, its road construction and gold mining operations, makes Addington the leader. Addington, a name you can trust, a name you can count on.
Well, we're back as we start the second. 12, and Ashland and Henry Clay are knotted at 0. The Tomcats have a 2nd and 5 at the Henry Clay 7-yard line. Tomcats big play, Juan Thomas a 35-yarder, and that's been it. Henry Clay in that first quarter at a grand total of 8 yards rushing. Ashland 55-35 on it, came on one run by Thomas. Here's Brown, going to give off the left side to Thomas. He bangs inside the 5, and a big boy still pulling him at about the 3-yard line. Very close to a Tomcat first down as the officials look it over. And they're going to say about a yard short. We'll give him 4. Call it 3rd down and 1. Ashland 0 of 2 in 3rd down conversions tonight. 3rd and a yard for Ashland at the Henry Clay 3. They've got to go to the 2 for the first down. And, of course, 3 for 6. Wide to the near side comes Kuntz. It's Johnson, Hutt, and Thomas in the backfield in the wishbone behind Brown. David Brown, the senior quarterback, comes out and calls time. Henry Clay's in some type of new defense. He didn't like it, and Ashland calls the timeout. There's no score here at Putnam Stadium. Back in a moment on WCMI.
For years, I thought one brand of gasoline was just as good as another, but that was before I owned a car with fuel injectors. Well, I've since learned that the right gasoline plays a vital role in a car's performance, and there's no better gasoline than BP Super for cleaning fuel injectors of the deposits that rob you of power and cause poor mileage. BP Super was the first gasoline to pass BMW's strict test for lifetime valve cleanliness. So get the performance you expect. Fill up with BP Super at any area Clark Oil location.
At Armco, having state-of-the-art facilities is another of their strategic goals. Some projects to meet our goals have already been completed, like the Ashland caster and modifications to the cold mills. Armco has spent over $180 million over the last year to produce the quality products required by Armco's customers. Armco is spending money on various customer information systems, integrated technology, as well as on special information projects to make sure Armco has what it needs to lead the industry. Armco, America's steelmaker.
On 3rd down and 1, Chris Hutt goes over from 3 yards out for the Tomcats score, and in the process, of course, picks up the first down. And the Tomcats are on the scoreboard with 11:22 left to go here in the second quarter, as Chris Hutt will pick up his 7th touchdown of the year, and the Tomcats get a scoring drive of 52 yards for the score. Charlie Johnson in to try the extra point. Johnson this year 4 of 6 in the extra point department, David.
All right, lines are down. The snap and the kick certainly plenty high enough because it goes over into the next slot over, and it's good. So with 11 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the first half, it's Ashland 7, Henry Clay 0. We'll be back in a moment on WCMI.
Doug Moore, who owns Junior Food Mart at 29th and Belmont, is an Ashland native. And Doug wants to invite you to stop in to Junior Food Mart. It's a very convenient store. They're open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They have a fresh bakery, they have a deli, they have a friendly staff. They feature the BP oil products and gasoline. And Junior Food Mart does feature that convenience and with that friendly service. So Doug Moore says, hey, come on in. It's Ashland's newest tradition, Junior Food Mart, 29th and Belmont.
You've been driving a car for 30 years or more and doing it safely, so you think you deserve a break on your insurance rates. So do we. If you're 50 or over, the Putnam Agency may be able to give you a discount on your auto insurance premium. In fact, we may be able to give you a discount on your homeowner's insurance as well. If you're over 50, call the Putnam Agency. Let us tell you how much your years of experience can save you on the premiums you pay for auto and homeowners insurance. The Putnam Agency, 16th and Winchester Avenue, Ashland, 329-2200.
Parker takes the kickoff high and deep from Johnson at about his 7-yard line, returns it up across the 20 to near the 22-yard line. And Henry Clay, who has yet to pick up a first down, will start 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line, now trailing 7-0 as Chris Hutt gets his 7th TD of this year. And Charlie Johnson with the extra point, now 5 of 7 on the year. Clayton Hill for the Tomcats still not playing tonight. He is on the sidelines, nursing an injury that he got in soccer. Miller brings him out. Wishbone is tight and double tight ends. The old Wishbone, and here's Miller. Going to give up the middle to Nunnally, the fullback, and he maybe got a yard. Henry Clay has not been too successful on the ground. Give him 2 up near the 24, second down and 8.
Henry Clay looks like there's going to be more of a tackle between the tackles running the football. And maybe that might be a problem against Ashland's defense.
Yeah, I would think so. 10.5 minutes to go in the half. 7-0 Ashland. It is second down and Henry Clay at the 24. Schrout and Townsend now come wide to the right. In the backfield, Obadiah, Owens, and Nunnally. Owens is in the game. He'll get the call, and there he goes around the far sideline across the 25. First down across the 30. Up near the 32, 33-yard line goes Owens. Obadiah Owens, who is not on their roster.
Number 45?
No, number 28. Who they just added this week. I don't know if he's a freshman or a sophomore. They couldn't give me any details about him. He doesn't even have the same kind of headgear as Henry Clay wears. He's wearing a white headgear. Obadiah Owens picks up the first down at about 10 yards. The biggest gain of the night for the Blue Devils. First and 10 for Henry Clay at their 34. Owens going to get the pitch again on the left side. He bounces around. There he goes, 35-40, and he nearly escapes. Dwight Walters tricked him up, but not before it looks like he's picked up another first down. Obadiah Owens has got more speed than a little bit. He reminds me of the guy a few years ago that Stephon, David, you'll have to help me. Stephon
Thomas.
Stephon Taylor. Taylor, wasn't it?
Was it Taylor?
Stephon Taylor for Henry Clay that beat us single-handedly. Remember that one?
The one that just happened to come out that week or something?
Yeah.
Was it? So this guy in the white helmet's just like him.
Exactly. He got
Might be him. Might be him.
Might be. There's the pass to Obadiah. God, I'll never get his name out. I'll call him Owens. And it's incomplete. They tried to hit Owens out of the backfield. It falls incomplete. It'll be third down and a yard for Henry Clay at their own 43.
Pass hit him in a bad place, right in the hands.
Right in the hands, huh? 9:34 to go in the half. Ashland leads at 7-0. Obadiah Owens in the backfield. He replaces Parker. Townsend still in there along with Nunnally. The ends are Schrout and Kennedy. Obadiah Owens and Kennedy go wide to the left. In the backfield, Townsend and Nunnally in the broken wishbone. Here's Miller. Pitch back to Townsend, trying to cut it up around the right side. First down, and here he goes, midfield. David Brown finally runs him out, but not before he takes him down to about the Ashland 43. Henry Clay starting to open things up, Herb, and they're going outside.
They're doing it by the flip. They're not doing it by the option right now. They're running that flip, and they're there to 2 times running in the short side of the field and away from the formation.
A gain of 15 for the Blue Devils and their second first down of the night. First and 10. Henry Clay with their deepest penetration of the night at the Ashland 43. Kennedy goes wide left along with Owens. Nunnally and Townsend in the backfield behind Miller. Miller's going to give it to Nunnally, the fullback, and there's a nice hole opens up for him inside the 40. Down near the 39-yard line goes Nunnally.
You notice,
keeping Ashland honest there, I guess.
They hit it up in there and picked up 2 or 3 yards and had a good hole, really. But you notice when the Ashland defensive people hit the backs, they knock them back. And when people hit Juan Thomas and Charlie and Chris Hutt, they usually go back.
Obadiah Owens is going out of the game. You can tell him apart from everybody else, he's wearing a white headgear. I'd say he's probably a freshman that decided to start playing football. And boy, I guess Jake Bell's glad to hear that. He's a pretty good little athlete. Wide left goes Parker and Kennedy. Miller flip it out to Townsend on the option. Here he goes. Gets around Walters. Breeds Hutt. Here he goes. 35 and down inside the 35 to the 31. And a Henry Clay first down, but coming back. It's coming back with a flag. A holding call against Henry Clay will be the call. So nullify the nice option from Miller to Townsend. And they're going to bring that one back. He picked up enough for the first down as he brought it down to about the 32-yard line. And it's a hold against Henry Clay. Their third penalty of the night. And all 3 have been big ones. All 3 penalties have nullified big plays for Henry Clay. So they'll mark it from the point of infraction about the Ashland 36, take it back to the 46-yard line. Now they're going to take it back to the 47, where it'll be second down all over again. 8:43 to go in the half, 7-0. Ashland leads it. Other scores to pass along. Covington Holmes leads Boyd County 21-0. Russell over Round County 14-0. Ironton over Portsmouth 6-0. Boone County beating Greenup 7-0. All in the first half. Second down and about 17 for Henry Clay at the Ashland 47. Wideouts left go Owens and Kennedy. Miller to throw the football. Pumps, goes down to Shroud, and it's intercepted by Brown. His fourth. He's at the 30, 35, 40, 45, and up to the 47-yard line. And a late hit. A late hit by the quarterback, Miller. He speared David Brown. Miller, who threw the interception, came in with a late hit on David Brown. I don't see a flag. It was a late hit, obvious late hit, and no flag. That was an obvious late hit. David Brown gets his fourth interception of the year. And the Tomcats take over first and 10 at their 47 after the interception. Coons comes wide to the left, the short side. It's Johnson, Hutt, and Thomas in the backfield. Here's Brown going to give it Johnson up the gut midfield. He breaks it 45-40, and they drag him down from behind at the Henry Clay 39-yard line. Charlie Johnson with his biggest gainer of the night, and a big one it was from the 47 down to the Henry Clay 39-yard line. A gain of 14, a Tomcat first down, their third of the night. First and 10 for Ashland at the Henry Clay 39, and Jake Bell wants timeout. 8:09 to go in the first half. Ashland 7, Blue Devils nothing. This is Tomcat football on WCMI.
Tackle the fuel crunch at Boyd County Ford Mazda Jeep Eagle. Beat today's fuel crunch with some great cars and trucks. In the backfield, it's the 1990 Ford Ranger with custom trim, 2.3-liter engine, 5-speed overdrive transmission, AM/FM radio with clock, and more for just $74.88 after discounts. Just $74.88. On defense, it's 1990 Ford XLT Lariat F-150 trucks. They're automatic with swing-away mirrors, AM/FM cassette, tilt, cruise, air conditioning, sliding rear window, 4.9-liter engine, two-tone paint, and more. The sticker price was $16,440. It'll be a part of your team for just $12,488. Just $12,488. And on all 1991 F-150 trucks, receive a $500 rebate. And Kentucky buyers will receive a $750 rebate on the Super 91 F-150 trucks. What a game plan. Great deals and great fuel economy means you're a winner every time at Boyd County Ford Mazda Jeep Eagle, 2119 Greenup Avenue, Ashland.
First and 10 Tomcats at the Henry Clay 39, and Juan Thomas carries the football for 9, maybe 10 yards. Is he a quick hitter off the left side, a simple dive play, and he takes it down inside the 30, down near the first down marker at the Henry Clay 29, depending on where they spot the football. They stop the clock just under 8 minutes, and they're going to bring out the change. Ashland leading it 7-0 and trying to drive for another score. Juan Thomas, 3 carries for 41 before that play. 3 for 8. Johnson, 4 for 24. It's a first down. Tomcats' fourth first down of the night. First and 10 for Ashland at the Henry Clay 29-yard line. Football at the near hash mark. And they roll that clock. LeMaster tight right, Kuntz wide to the left side. Again, Thomas, Hutt, and Johnson in the wishbone behind David Brown, the senior. The long count. Brown's going to give it. No, flip it out on the option. Here's Hutt, turns the corner inside the 25, still barreling his way. Down near the 20-yard line goes Chris Hutt. David Payne down there looking like a face mask.
Yeah, he's trying to get a face mask off.
Did you try to get a face mask there or something?
Yeah, it was definite face mask.
Was it? We couldn't see from here.
But in all honesty, the fellow here I really like. He's been officiating for a long time on this side. I can't think of his name, but he said he didn't see it. Howard at me said he didn't see it. What, you tell him as you told him about it? I saw it.
That's good enough for you, isn't it?
I had my flag, I'd have called it.
Second and 1 for Ashland at the Henry Clay 20. Wishbone tight. Here's Brown looking to throw the football. Scott Thomas, touchdown. Nobody's around him. Thomas coming out of the backfield. David Brown hitting right in the numbers, and Juan Thomas can hang on to the football, and he gets his 9th touchdown of the year. A 20-yard pass play from Brown to Thomas as David Brown throws his 3rd touchdown of the year. And the Tomcats lead it 13-0 with 7:05 to go in the half.
I don't know how Charlie gets that shoe on so quick. It takes me a while to get over here.
He's had a lot of practice.
See Velcro snaps. Lines are down. Brown will hold. The kick by Johnson is up, and again, it's perfect. And here's the straight down. Couldn't been any more perfect. Charlie Johnson been right on the money every time tonight. 7:05 to play in the first half. Ashland 14, Henry Clay zip.
Oh, no.
What is it, Julie?
Brad, the checking account.
What about it?
I was just balancing the checkbook, and we're overdrawn. And payday isn't until Friday.
Relax.
Relax? We're overdrawn at the bank, and you say relax?
We're covered. Third National Bank's line of credit protects us from overdrafts.
But we just have Third National Bank's basic checking account, and we're not big customers.
Julie, Third National Bank's basic checking account is a lot more than that book of checks you have there.
Oh, like what?
Well, besides the line of credit, we also have the Quest card, the largest 24-hour teller network in Kentucky.
All of that from a checking account?
Sure. That's why we opened our checking account at Third National Bank in the first place.
Third National Bank understands your financial needs, and we're here to help. Third National Bank of Ashland, member FDIC.
Brad, since we're not really overdrawn at the bank, I was wondering about that trip to the beach.
Julie, let's not push it.
Oh.
Well, the Tomcats kick it short to the backup fullback, Dale Morgan, on the near sideline instead of kicking to Parker or Townsend. And Morgan gets pretty good return from his own 20 up near the 38, 37-yard line. And the Blue Devils will start first and 10 at their own 37-yard line, now trailing 14-0 as we turn inside 7 minutes of the first half.
That was a good hit to Tony Pierce. That's what I was getting ready to say, Herb. He nailed him and stopped him in his tracks. He sure did.
Wide to the near side now comes Chris Blair and Townsend in the backfield. Parker and Nunnally in the broken wishbone. Miller pitch out. Parker trying to turn the corner on the far sideline. Benteen's got him hemmed in, and down he goes at the 35.
Excellent defensive play by Benteen from the defensive end, and Jimmy Benteen's been playing very, very well from that defensive spot.
A loss of 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 12 for Henry Clay at their own 35-yard line. 6:15 to go in the half. Ashland leading at 14-0. Blair tight on the right side along with Shrout on the left side. No, it's Kennedy. In the backfield, Nunnally, Parker, and Townsend in the wishbone. Here's Miller, rolling right, looking to throw the football. He heads upfield to Blair, and Townsend, who was the short man, thought it was thrown to him, and he knocked it down incomplete. So Miller is now 0 for 4 through the air with 1 interception. It'll bring up third down for Henry Clay. They're 1 of 4 in third down conversions tonight. 3rd and 12 at their 35. Clock arrested. 6 minutes to go in the half. Tomcats next to last home game of the regular season. 2 on the road. Montgomery and Round County after this. Wishbone is tight. Double tight ends. Here's Miller. Looking to throw the football, looking across the middle. He's got Blair across the 40, 45, close to the first down, up near the 47. Going to be real tight.
Looks like about a yard
change. It's going to be short. But he gets his first completion of the night as Miller hits Blair. And they'll spot it back at the 45. That's a gain of 10, but not enough.
It looks like a couple of yards short.
4th down and 2 for Henry Clay in a punting situation at their 45. The Tomcat defense again rises to the challenge. They have yielded only 2 first downs, 10 yards passing, and about 45 yards rushing. And punting the football again is Hopkins. And it's low line drive. Brett Robinson's going to let it hit. Big hop inside the 20, inside the 15. Roll dead at about the 14. So he's gotten some good rolls tonight. 30, 41 yards for Hopkins.
25 of that was on the ground.
Doesn't matter, though, does it?
Nope.
He's punted 4 times tonight for an average of 34.7. That's not
Okay,
bad.
now did he punt the first time?
No, he didn't punt the first time. That's right. The 23-yarder's not his. He's at 35, 40, and 41. So Ashland's backed up for the first time tonight. They'll start at their own 14-yard line. 5.5 to go in the half. Ashland leading. We got a new quarterback. Chad Sire, the sophomore, is in. Charlie Johnson gets a call straight up the middle. Here he goes. He may go. He's at the 40, the 50. Come on, Charlie. Turn it on. They finally got him at the Henry Clay 41-yard line. That big bruiser bolted out of there, didn't he?
He's down there. That's the first time we've really got an opportunity to see, and Charlie motors pretty good, doesn't he?
Come on, Charlie. Turn it on, big boy. He did. And off he went from his own 14-yard line, 36-41.
Only thing, when Charlie's running out there, he's kind of looking for people to hit. You know, he's out there in the open, no one's around. He thought, hey.
A gain of 45 yards and a Tomcat first down. That's their 5th of the night. Here's Sire going to give up the middle, this time to Thomas. Carries inside the 40 to about the 35 and a flag on the play, so hold the phone. Stop the clock with 4:58 to go in the half. Illegal procedure against Ashland. Number 5, the wideout Miller was in motion. He didn't get set in time, all right. Illegal procedure against Ashland's a call, so it nullifies the run by Thomas of 7. Take it back 5 from the 42 to about the 47. It'll be first down and 15. And Vic Marsh is furious with Wheeler. And he'll come out, and Kuntz will go in at the wideout to the left, the short side. LeMaster tight right. Chad Sire, the sophomore quarterback, in place of Brown. It's Johnson, Thomas, and Hutt. Here's Sire on the option. Now get it to Hutt. He's gone. He turns it on. 30, 10, 5, touchdown.
Knew he was gone when he hit that corner.
Chris Hutt hit that corner, and bye-bye. He's got speed. Much more speed than Thomas or Johnson. And he goes the distance. 47 yards for a Cat score. Chris Hutt gets his 2nd touchdown of the night at the 4:40 mark of the half. And for Hutt on the year, number 8. And it's 20-0 with Charlie Johnson going to try another one.
Nope, going to make this one.
Nope, you're just not in shape, Coach.
Too many trips. Lines are down. The snap to Dave Brown. And the kick by Johnson is up. Right down the middle again. Charlie Johnson's 3 for 3. Tomcats like this into the end zone. They've been down here 3 times this quarter. And with 4:40 left in the first half, it's Ashland 21, Henry Clay 0. Back in a moment on WCMI.
School is back in session now, and children throughout the tri-state are enjoying Johnson's All-Star Milk with their lunch. Johnson's All-Star Milk comes from local dairy farms, and it's processed locally. And that means fresher milk for your child. Buy the milk your children drink at school. Johnson's All-Star Dairy, your local hometown dairy since 1931.
Just like the Tomcats, the Bluegrass Grill of Ashland is a tradition. The Bluegrass has the same outstanding food. You can order breakfast beginning at 6 from our menu or the fabulous breakfast bar. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 4 till 9, try the dinner buffet. Homemade pies are baked fresh daily at the Bluegrass Grill.
The Bluegrass is the family place to eat.
Bluegrass Grill, 35th and Winchester Avenue in Ashland.
The ensuing kickoff by Johnson, taken by Parker up the far sideline across the 20 and out of bounds up near the 23 and 24. 4:36 to go in the half. Ashland leading at 21-0. Some other scores to pass along. Russell 28, Brown County nothing in the second. Here's I think a surprise. Coach doesn't think so. Boone County 35, Greenup County nothing in the second.
Well, I'm surprised in the margin. Though. I'm not.
I thought Boone would win, but I didn't think it would be 35-0. Could be worse.
Well, we're talking about just halftime.
Not even half.
Ironton still leading 4-6-0 in the first half.
First and 10, Henry Clay starts at their 24. Here is Parker, and he got back to the line of scrimmage and nothing else. 21-0 Ashland leads it with 4:10 to go in the half. Hutt now has 64 yards rushing. Johnson 69. Thomas 51.
Looks
like those three are going to get 100.
Like that song, "You Can't Touch This," when Hutt got the ball. He wasn't going to let anybody touch him, was it?
I don't think so. A gain of 1, second down and 9. For Henry Clay at their 25. Here's Miller. Rolling right, looking to throw. Townsend out of the backfield, can't hang on up near the 31-yard line. It's incomplete. Led him just a little bit too much. Third down for Henry Clay.
Tell you what, if there's some, this is the first weekend that college coaches can personally scout. Is that correct?
That's correct.
If they're here,
I don't know if they're here, but
yeah, I don't know. I see some people upstairs there, but I don't know who they are.
I can't see through the roof.
Can't you?
No. And I haven't been up there tonight.
Well, go on. Me and her will take care of it.
3rd and 9. Miller rolls left. Going to give it to Obadiah Owens, and they got him hemmed in, and he gets out of there. Here he comes to the near sideline. He's turning it on, but David Brown finally drags him down back at the 20-yard line. Obadiah Owens, pretty shifty little runner.
Yes, he is.
Not bad.
He runs too much, not to gain anything.
Well, that's true. He did run a lot and didn't gain anything. He lost 4.
Who got him, Dickie?
David Brown.
David Brown. I thought it had a 4 on it. That's what we couldn't tell from down here.
It'll be 4th down, a punting situation for Henry Clay, their 5th punt of the night. They're averaging 34.7. Hopkins. Good snap, no rush. And Hopkins gets it, beauty, high and deep. Brett Robinson fields it at midfield and hits immediately at his 49. Pretty punt. High and deep. That will travel 31 yards and no run back. So the Tomcats could get another score. Ashland will have it 1st and 10 at their 49 with 2:58 to go in the half. Tomcats leading 21-0. Again, Johnson, Hutt, and Thomas in the wishbone. David Brown is back in at the quarterback after Chad Sire engineered that last drive. Here's a give to Hutt. Here he goes. He's gone. They won't get him. Bye-bye. 51 yards. Chris Hutt goes the distance. It's 27-0. That'll put him over 100. That'll give him his 3rd touchdown of the night. And Chris Hutt now with 9 touchdowns on the year, and that'll put him over 100 for the night.
That sure looked easy, guys. A good blocking up there. Offensive line did a tremendous job, and then old Hutt just turned it on.
Tomcats have gained 183 yards in this quarter in rushing.
They like that end zone, I'm telling you.
No, it's not bad. I don't like it either. I mean, I do like it.
All right. Charlie Johnson, the kick is up. Just barely made it. Off to the right a little bit, but it's good. No matter. And the Tomcats strike again. 2:50 to play in the first half. Ashland out 28-0 over Henry Clay. Back in a moment.
You may be thinking, as you do every year at this time, about adding central air conditioning to your home. Well, General Heating and Air Conditioning has a better idea for you. Why not add an Amana electric heat pump onto your existing furnace? In the summertime, the Amana electric heat pump becomes a cool pump. Using your furnace's existing ductwork, it takes away the hot, humid air from inside your house and pumps cool, dehumidified, comfortable air throughout your entire home. Then in the winter, the reliable Amana heat pump helps you keep you and your family warm and cozy. It works in partnership with your furnace. The Amana electric heat pump, today's all-in-one heating and cooling system. Call General Heating and Air Conditioning and find out more about the new way to cool your home this summer and cut your heating bills in the winter. General Heating and Air Conditioning has the full story. Give them a call at 836-8143. Your Amana heat pump distributor is Mid-America Distributors. Call them today.
Parker nearly gets loose on the return inside his own 10, but Tony Pierce was there to knock him out of bounds, but he got good return up to his 37-yard line. And Henry Clay will start 1st and 10 at their 37, trailing 28-0 now with 2:44 left to go in the first half. Ashland has exploded for 4 second-quarter touchdowns and 3 by Chris Hutt, the other by Juan Thomas.
What's happened, Herb? What's happened here in the second quarter that didn't happen in the first? Well, I just think it just took a little time, and then all it takes is Chris Hutt to break loose a couple times, and he's going to get it quick.
Thomas was the first man to break loose there in that second quarter for that long run to get that first touchdown, and from there on, it's been Katie bar the door. Here's a give on the counter play to Townsend. He didn't get much, a couple of yards up near the 39. Henry Clay is an outmanned football team here tonight.
Second quarter's like the fourth quarter last week, huh?
Yeah.
What's the total? Would you say
183 yards, 4 touchdowns in this quarter. Last week they had 20 points in the fourth quarter. Gain of 3 for Townsend. Second down, 7. For Henry Clay at their 39. Wishbone tight, double tight ends. Miller going to roll to his right, looking upfield for Strout. He's covered, and down he goes. Back at the 36-yard line, Suman and Big Tex McRae Man got him. Clock is rolling inside 2 minutes of the half. Ashland leading at 28-0. And has a loss of 3 or 2.
I think Jake Bell just like to go on to locker room quick as possible.
I think he probably would like to go on home.
Yes, I'd say he'd probably rather get on the bus, too.
It's 3rd down and 9 for Henry Clay at their 38. Wishbone is broken. Wideouts left, Kennedy and Parker. Here's Miller flipping it out to Townsend. He's trying to turn the corner across the 40 and up near the 43-yard line. Not enough for the first down. He's got to go to about the 46. It'll be 4th down. And the clock stopped with 1:22 to go in the half.
Henry Clay player.
We do have an injury on the far sideline.
It was the ball carrier, Dickie.
Townsend? Yep. Obadiah Owens comes back in. I just like to watch Obadiah Owens. Number one, I like his name. And number two, he's flashy.
Yes,
I like the way he runs.
Well,
and it's not great at times, but he does a lot of shifty running.
He likes to run east and west a great deal of the time.
And if he's just a freshman, like I understand, he's not going to be bad. Somebody get a hold of him and teach him some things.
Oh, yeah, he's got good speed, got good quickness.
Still an injury on that far sideline. It'll be 4th down and about 4.
It's time for our weekly soccer report.
Yeah, why not?
Herb's looking at me.
How'd they do this week?
They lost one and won one. Oh, no, you won both. That's right. Talking to standing there next to Clayton Hill. They won both. Beat Ohio Christian Academy on Tuesday and beat Boyd County last night. 2-1. Is that right, Clayton? Clayton didn't play the game, much to his team's credit. And they play Russell here Tuesday night.
All right.
And Clayton assures me that he will be playing. All right.
Tomcats have run out their punt receiving team. It's 4th down and 4 for Henry Clay at their own 43. Still an injury on that far sideline to Townsend, who was the ball carrier. And he looks to be a left leg of some sort, twisted an ankle or a knee or something of that nature. Hopefully nothing very serious. Henry Clay next week has a big district game with Tates Creek. Tates Creek probably the best team in Lexington. And Henry Clay's not out of it. They're 2-2 in the district. And each year in that district, the team with the second place team has had 2 losses. So they're still very much in it. But they've got to beat Tates Creek. It'll be 4th and 4 for Henry Clay at their 43 in a punting situation. 6 punts tonight. This will be the 6th by Hopkins. Double safety, Robinson and Kuntz standing at their 25. Good snap. Hopkins going to let her rip. And it's another pretty high and spiral. Kuntz fair catches back at his 27-yard line. 31-yarder by Hopkins, and again, no return. So Ashland will start 1st and 10 at their 27 with 64 seconds to go and leading at 28-0. I don't think Vic Marsh doesn't want to pour it on Henry Clay. Knowing Coach Marsh as we do, he's not that kind of guy, but you can't really help some of the things Ashland's been doing, the big runs by Chris Hutt. Johnson, Hutt, and Thomas in the backfield. Brown hands under. He's going to give it to Thomas. Big hole. He may go 40, 45, and they finally drag him down from behind up near midfield. A big run for Juan Thomas as they turn inside 60 seconds of the quarter. Tomcats 8 first down. He takes it from the 27. They'll spot it at the 48, a gain of 21. And the Tomcats, for the second game in a row, have gone over 200 yards in a quarter.
Well, one of the good things that they've done, Dickie, actually, when they've got big chunks, they've got big chunks.
You know. They sure have. 1st and 10 Ashland at their 48. Here's Johnson. He's at midfield and down to the Henry Clay 47-yard line. He picked up about 4 or 5. We're down to 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Tomcats will get another playoff, leading at 28-0. Johnson picks up 5. 209 yards in this quarter for the Tomcats. Hutt with 115. Johnson was 74. Thomas was 72. Troxler is the wide out to the right side of the field. Brown hands under. He's going to give it to Thomas. He's inside the 45 to the 44. And that should be the last play of the quarter. Won't pick up the first down. And that'll end the first half. At the end of one half of play, Ashland explodes for 28 second quarter points. It's Ashland 28. Henry Clay nothing. This is Tomcat football on WCMI. Well, back at Putnam Stadium, it's been all Ashland from the second period on as the Tomcats really started to dominate late in the first quarter and exploded for 28 second quarter points and lead it by that margin here at halftime. Chris Hutton has been the star, scoring 3 second quarter touchdowns, runs of 3, 47 and 51. And Juan Thomas got the other touchdown on a reception from David Brown that covered 20 yards. The Tomcats have driven 52, 53, 86, and 51 yards. Charlie Johnson is 4 for 4 in the first half in extra points, and Ashland leads it 28-0 here at halftime. Some other scores to pass along. Russell 28, Round County nothing in the second. It's Covington Holmes 29, Boyd County nothing at half. Portsmouth trailing Ironton 12-0 in the second quarter, and Boone County 38, Greenup County nothing. That one is at halftime. We'll be back in a couple of minutes here on WCMI.
A tradition just like the...
Ashland leads here at halftime over Lexington Henry Clay 28-0. It's been all Ashland really in the first half. First quarter was nip and tuck really. In fact, we didn't have a first down for either one of these teams until late in the first quarter when Juan Thomas broke that long 35-yard run. That was the first down and the only first down of the first quarter. But since then, the Tomcats have picked up 7 more. And at that point, the Tomcats had 50 yards rushing. Here at halftime, the Tomcats have 268 yards rushing. So they've picked up 218 yards on the ground from that point on, and they've done it in about 10 or 11 rushing plays. David Brown has thrown for another Tomcat score, and I think Herb Conley, for the first time in a long time, when Jake Bell said he really didn't have a prayer, I think he's right.
Yes, I think he was really leveling with us when he talked with us. But he also, in the same breath, said his next couple of years is going to be very strong. So he does have some talented players. They're just young right now, and he feels like, with another year behind him, and that his program will get back, where it was in the early 80s. Dickie, the thing about this ball game, Ashland and Henry Clay, the first quarter were really playing good defense. And the second quarter, then Ashland, and Dirk asked me, said, what's the difference? The big difference was that Ashland made the big chunks. So they got, I'd say you take all the rushing plays and take 9 of those rushing plays away, and it's still probably a 0-0 ball game.
Right.
There's a big run by Hutt. Of course, the offensive line did an excellent job of blocking them out there. And of course, when Chris Hutt gets on the corner, I care less who they are. They're not going to catch him. And he's made 2 outstanding runs. So I think that's a big difference in just how before all year long they've been, getting 10, 15, 5, 4, 8, 15, 20, 28. Probably in the first time in quite some time we had this many long runs for touchdowns. Basically at a halftime. I don't know if we went ball games and done this. This is just half.
We've had, as you were saying that, I was trying to do some figuring. We've had 5 runs, the least of which was 21 yards. The most was 51, and we've gained 200 yards in 5
in those 5
plays.
Okay, then the total offense was what, 264 or something?
268.
All right, 268. So that's 200 yards right there. So we're talking about the 7, 8 plays, or how many 5 plays you say. So, that's been the big difference. But, good football teams can make those things happen. Ashland got the fire, they got the strength, they got the strong running back, they got the back that can break it from any place on the field. They got a lot of weapons that a lot of people don't realize, and that they just kind of keep creeping out on each ball game or another ball game. This appears to the surface what makes Ashland so strong.
I agree. Well, Ashland leads it here at halftime 28-0 over the Henry Clay Blue Devils. And Tomcats trying to lengthen their win streak to 5 and have it pretty well in hand here at halftime. We'll try and catch up on some scores, and we'll do that in a moment on WCMI.
If you're renting an apartment or home, you have special insurance needs. While you're not responsible for the house or apartment itself, you do need coverage for your personal property, TV, stereo, furniture, and any appliances that belong to you. You also need liability insurance in case someone is injured while visiting. The Putnam Agency and Continental Renters Insurance can help provide the coverage you need in a single policy. Before you move, call the Putnam Agency for Renters Insurance. The Putnam Agency, 16th and Winchester Avenue, Ashland, 329-2200.
Tackle the fuel crunch at Boyd County Ford Mazda Jeep Eagle. Beat today's fuel crunch with some great cars and trucks. In the backfield, it's the 1990 Ford Ranger with custom trim, 2.3-liter engine, 5-speed overdrive transmission, AM/FM radio with clock, and more for just $74.88 after discounts. Just $74.88. On defense, it's 1990 Ford XLT Lariat F-150 trucks. They're automatic with swing-away mirrors, AM/FM cassette, tilt, cruise, air conditioning, sliding rear window, 4.9-liter engine, two-tone paint, and more. The sticker price was $16,440. It'll be a part of your team for just $12,488. Just $12,488. And on all 1991 F-150 trucks, receive a $500 rebate. And Kentucky buyers will receive a $750 rebate on the Super 91 F-150 truck. What a game plan. Great deals and great fuel economy means you're a winner every time at Boyd County Ford Mazda Jeep Eagle, 2119 Greenup Avenue, Ashland.
Junior Food Mart at 29th and Belmont Street features BP oil and gasoline products, but they